because our biggest challenge comes from the sheer number, which we think is an asset. Personally, I don't look at it as an asset. And you'll be surprised to know, but after 32 years, this is the first time in Parliament we've had a discussion on population. After 32 years, the country's never debated this. And we had one because there was some census issue going on. So we had a very good debate. And you'll be surprised, all the Bimaru states, UP, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand, Rajasthan, all that belt is the only place today where population is just escalating. And all the other states in our country today are doing exceptionally good work, and the population rate is coming down. You'll be surprised to know, but in Tamil Nadu, they've done such a good job that they have lost 2 Lok Sabha seats because the numbers have gone down. I mean, almost DMK was upset that, my God, we're doing a great program here, but our 2 MPs have gone down, which is not the nicest thing to know. But I think that's a great project. Andhra, Kerala, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, all the southern states are doing one better than the other. It's almost competition, which is great. But what do we do with our Bimaru states? But they are also very concerned, and we all tease them on a lighter note and said, oh my God, after some time there'll be only MPs from Bimaru states and we'll be all sitting in one little corner. But, I mean, it's not just about having the numbers of MP, but it's talking about development. Do we have the infrastructure? Look at electricity. We all live in Mumbai, we're not even affected. You just go 20 kilometers out of Mumbai. Those people, children, don't even have electricity for not more than 8 hours a day. Can we afford this? We can't. And there is such disparity between the urban and rural divide of this country that sometimes it scares me. I hope we don't go. If we don't get our act together, I won't be surprised if we go the Indonesia way. Because this bubble has to burst at some point. Because you can't walk into Mumbai city and see 24/7 electricity dazzling in your eyes. And then maybe I'm a kid from a village who can't have access to studying. My mother can't cook in the night. I don't have a television, and I don't even know what a computer is. So how do we level this entire huge mammoth number of people we have? So I think our biggest challenge today is coping with infrastructure, coping with our population, and quality of our education. I think, and it's all eventually has to connect to climate change. But at least I think, at least in our areas, climate change is, we're getting there somewhere. But if you ask me, these are issues which we can even address. But the biggest challenge which lies in front of our country today, and we'll probably have our 3rd World War on it, is water. Today, water is going to be the most critical issue because there's only that much we have. We have to change our ways of life to make sure our natural resources last, and water being the most difficult one. I mean, we have to change our lifestyles. We have to learn, we will recycle, we will do all these interventions eventually. But I see water as the biggest challenge. Give you a little example of water. I have a half rural, half urban constituency, which is called Baramati. It's fairly developed. And outskirts of Pune are also in my constituency. I have 6 TMC water from the dams, which belongs to agriculture. Those canals are not ready, so entire 6 TMC water, which is meant for agriculture, which takes care of your and my food security, is right now diverted to Pune city for drinking water. Tomorrow, when these canals are ready, this entire 6 TMC water, which feeds Pune, is going to be diverted to agriculture. Then what is going to be my choice? Do I stop drinking water for Pune and give it for the food security, or forget the food security and keep it for our drinking? There is going to be no dams going to be made because there is, you see what happens with land acquisition today, and none of us have 10 years to wait for a dam to be built and then the water to come to us. So I think water is something which we absolutely need to look into, and I'm very hopeful for all of you to make suggestions and make any difference in your life that you can, because I don't think it's only about government policies. I think we all have to think beyond that. People like us have to learn to listen, take it back to Parliament, debate it, and influence policymakers and people like you who work in the field. And I think if we can together form an advocacy group which can make a difference, I'm very, very hopeful that this country, which is like a roaring tiger, the whole world is looking at us. We have a robust industrial growth. Today we are looking at education. Healthcare is becoming, the media plays a very big role in bringing awareness programs. but a lot more needs to be done. And I'm very hopeful, and I think we owe it to our Gen Next, because if you got to leave something behind to them, I think the least we can do is put up a good infrastructure, put up good schools, colleges, and be a part of that system for a better life for everybody. I think that's what we are all doing this for. I mean, eventually, we all want a better life. And it's not just with the kind of money or power you have. Because I always feel that there are two things that we can always, nobody can take away from you. Money there today, gone tomorrow, you don't have it today, you'll earn it tomorrow. Same thing with power. We're in power today, we may not be tomorrow, we could come back to power. But two things that we can give our entire youth, which sometimes I'm not sure whether today's society really has it, is a good quality education and extremely good and solid values. Because I see them sort of somewhere in society today diluting. Because I think education and values, nobody can take ever away from you. And I think that's what societies, big corporations are built on. You have good values, society exists, and I'm sure we can make a difference in that. So I'm very hopeful here that today with this debate, there is something we all take home. And at least, it's not necessary that you have to make a difference to 1,000 lives. I think you can even do it to one life. And I think it's a great thing done. It's not that, I mean, you always say, oh, I want to make a difference. Sure, teach your helper's child, walk into a blind school. There are too many options in this country. So nobody says, oh, we want to do something, we don't know where to do it. In our country, that's not happening. It's right at your doorstep. You just have to open your eyes and look at it. So I'm sure a group like this will make a difference, and we will keep meeting. And I'd request Mr. Kulkarni also would be happy to come here and listen once in a while, because I think we've all shut our ears, at least my fraternity has. I think it's time we open them, and that's the only way which will take India forward and make each one of us even more proud of the country we come from. Thank you very much for so patiently listening to me.